In the last video, I talked about the role that hypergamy plays in creating this false impression that men get away with abuse. And one of the ways that this happens is it leads to this concept that I've heard feminists and advocates of the Me Too movement push, this idea that men are beneficiaries of so-called sexual entitlement. And this is the idea that men feel entitled to the affection of women, and that society and our law and our customs kind of encourage and facilitate this entitlement. Well, this is, of course, incredibly foolish, and it runs contrary to our entire law, culture, custom, history. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so opposed to feminism. This isn't just some petty shouting match that I get into with people. I find that feminists are usually wrong, and they're not just wrong, they're precisely wrong. Our laws, our customs stand for the exact opposite. All of Western law, history, and culture, especially what I've talked about with the English common law and the way the law functions in common law countries, is that men have to do something worthwhile in order to win the affection of women. And this is why you had all these laws that imposed upon men, especially married men, a duty to provide for their wives financially. And even outside of marriage, as much as the law favored keeping resources within marriage, there were other customs as well that ensured that even men who had relations outside of marriage, that they had to pay for that in some way. That's why you had common law marriage. That's why you had the heart balm actions. That's why you had the crime of seduction, which I talked about in another video. And then even for those scenarios where the law didn't really provide a means for women to acquire resources from men, you had extra legal customs that emerged to fill that function as well. And I'm going to talk about some specific examples of that in future videos.